na miyanti ye pamatta matta yatha. That's a Pali from Dhammapada. What does it mean? Apamado. The way that if you don't forget, apamado, if you don't forget, that's in the simple English. Amatam padam. That is the way to immortality. That is the way to deathlessness. So there are many things that we should not forget. Today, your father, your grandfather, your Dhamma friends, and community elders, Nabalakkhan Chakma, 98 years old. He already passed away. He is number one in this occasion that nobody should forget. Even when he may not be your father, he may not be your uncle, something, but still we are related in culture and religion and spirituality. So he played a very important role during his lifetime, 98 some years old. We are not so sure if we are going to live that long like he did, right? But we are sure that we don't forget. We don't forget Upasaka Nabalakkhan Chakma. First of all, so he has set up all milestones in his life. He set up his family life, and he contributed whatever he could during his lifetime for the growth and development of a community, family, and individual, all well-beings. So this is what we call gratitude. Katanyuta, katawedi. That's one thing we should all appreciate. And that's the one thing that we should not forget. Apamado. We don't forget him. We don't forget his love, his contribution, his services to community, to family, to the development of a Buddhist teaching and Buddhism. So these are all apamadoja dhammesu, all the Dhamma. These are the Dhamma. This means all of you are living in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha. You are living the life of the Dhamma. That's very important. Apamado. Amatang badam. This is the way to Nibbana. This is the way to immortality. This is the way to not dying. This is the way to deathlessness. It's very important. Then the other way around. Pamado. Machutam badam. Pamado, those who forget that they should not forget what they should not forget. If they forget what they should not forget, this means this is the way to death. To make sure that, and the Pali over there, apamatta na miyanti. Therefore, because you don't forget what you should not forget, therefore, you will always be alive, especially Nabalakkhan, Upasaka. He did not forget what he should do for himself, for the family, for the community, and for Buddhism. He did not forget. And then after all, he lived long, almost 100 years, 98 years, 1927, 2005, almost 100. Mathematically, we can say this is 100 years. Mathematically, you can round it up all the way 5 to 10, right? So let's say 100 years old. Upasaka Nabalakkhan. He's truly blessed. And then there's a good reason why he lived that long. Past karma and present lifestyle. What he eat, how he live, how he sleep. That also is a present condition. Plus his past good karma. That's a very good reason. A little longer. Ancient people used to live long. Nowadays, people just, gone in a few years. Fortunately, some people still live longer, right? So, Upasaka Paññādīpa, he had a very good karma in his past life, and then he also had very good lifestyle in this present life. All these conditions, past and present, design him, give him the opportunity to live longer. The longer you live in a good health, and the better for you to do more good things, according to Buddhist teaching. This is what we call kusala karma, or punya, or good karma in English. Therefore, he was not forgotten. He's not forgotten. Nobody forget him. Look here, there's an audience. In unity, you come here, this is a community elder, our grandpa, his age, and then our father, our, father-in-law for your wife, father-in-law, father, Dhamma friends. So nobody forget him. This means Upasaka Nabalakkhan has physically passed away. Physically no longer with us, no longer with you, but he's still alive. Why? Appamata na miyanti. Appamata. Those who don't forget, or those who are not forgotten, will never die. In this sense, appamata na miyanti. You don't forget what you are supposed to do, and then he is not forgotten. Therefore, we all are alive, especially Mr. Nabalakkhan, in terms of values and karma and the Buddha's teachings. In that sense, he will ever be living in your life as long as he is dearly remembered. He is dearly missed. Nobody forgot him. Nobody has forgotten him. Therefore, he is alive. In this sense, in this definition, appamata. Because you don't forget. Because he is not forgotten. Now, miyanti, it doesn't mean he really died. Now, when somebody really dies, when somebody is completely forgotten, that's the time somebody really dies. Because nobody remembers him. He's gone. Nobody remembers anymore. Nobody cares him anymore. Unlike that, so he is well remembered, and then he will be well remembered by community, by family, by friends, by Upasaka, Upasika, and Dhamma friends. He will be well remembered because he left all milestones and examples. Look at me, how I live. I live here, almost 100. So he also leave some kind of good lessons for all of us. There are many things everybody should learn from him, from his life, from his experience. Therefore, sometimes we call this kind of Dhamma talk, it's called Samvega Katha. Katha is the words, discussion, and talk. Samvega means something you listen, some lessons you learn as a sense of urgency. This is so important. We learn, okay, what kind of food he eat, how he lived, what he has done during his lifetime. So we learn from him. These are some of the precious things that everybody should remember, and everybody should learn good lessons from him and his life. Therefore, appamata na miyanti. So those who don't forget to do good things, and those who are not forgotten for their own good work for the community, will always be living forever in our lives, in our hearts, in our memory. Appamata na miyanti. But there's other group over there. Ye pamata matayata. Those who forget what they are supposed to do, such as, family duties, duties to the temple, to the Sangha, to the Buddha's teachings. Something we have all duties. Every one of us has a duties. We should perform those duties, what you should do. And then, if people forgot about those duties to the family, to the religious community, to Buddhism, as a human beings, this means those people are dead already. Ye pamata, because they already forgot what they are supposed to do. Mata yata, just like they are living dead. They are still living, but they are already dead. That's what we call living death. while they are eating, sleeping, walking, going, talking, doing too many things over there. And they don't know. They already are dead people. Because they don't remember what they are supposed to do. They don't care what they are supposed to do. For example, you don't care your family. You don't care your community. You don't care any values, sila, samadhi, panya. Someday all these kind of values, if they don't care, then those are the real people who really died already. That's what we call living death. There are a lot of people. Dead men walking, right? You have ever heard that one? Dead men walking. They are already dead, but they are still walking and talking and eating. Because they forgot what they are supposed to do. That's what the Buddha said, ye pamatta matayata. If you already forgot what you are supposed to do, if you already forgot someone that you should remember, then you're already dead. That is what we call living dead. But Mr. Nabalakkhan is a dead living. In plain language, somebody is dead, somebody has died, somebody passed away. The same thing, the same meaning. Somebody is physically no longer with us in this world. That's what we call passed away, died. Too many words over there, right? But the same meaning, right? What we call dead in a simple English, but still living. Dead, living. Why? Because he was well remembered. He was well remembered spiritually, in terms of values, according to the Dhamma. He is still alive. He is still alive. Physically or in some kind of forms, he might be already born in heavens. Why I say this one? Yekechi Buddham Saranang Gatase Nate Kamei Santi Apaya Bhume Pahaya Manusandeham Deva Kayam Pripurit Santi. That's what the Buddha said. That's what Upasaka Nabalakkhan Chakma has already done. Very good Buddhist. Yekeji, whoever, anyone, Buddham Saranang Gatase, take refuge, believe in the Buddha, listen to the Buddha's teachings, live according to the Buddha's Dhamma. Nate, those, nate, kamei santi, apaya bhume. You know apaya bhume? Nirya, Tirichana, Asurakaya, Preta. Preta, this is the apaya bhume. Let's say hell, animal kingdom, hungry ghosts, and demons. 4 lowest planes out of 31. And the Buddha said, if you are true follower of the Buddha, living with the Buddha's teachings, you will never be born. You will never go down in your life. That's what he has done. That's why he lived 98 years. This means he had a lot of opportunity to do better and better for your life, not only for his life, but also for your life. Therefore, he will never be born. Or those who take refuge, sarana, disarana, refuge, you will never be born. This means never will go down. It's always up and up and up. That's what we call Tawa Tensa Devaloka. Na te gamay santi apaya bhume. Then Pahaya Manu Sandeha, once we leave our body, just like Upasaka Nabalakkhan Chakma, he already left his body. But his karma, life goes on until we attain enlightenment. Pahaya Manu Sandeha, leaving behind all this physical form, the karma. That's his life. And goes on until attainment of enlightenment. Deva Kayam Pripure Santi. Those people will be in heaven. Like this kind of people, heaven will be full of those who take refuge in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, and the Sangha. This is one of the reasons every time we all Buddhists gather here, respectfully sit down and request the 3 refuges and 5 precepts, just like Venerable Agadama already said it. Buddham saranam gacchami. That's not only for your saying. This is to follow. Okay? Or I just say it because my parents teach me. Or because our monks teach me. It's more than that. Okay, first you memorize it. Second, you try to understand what you are saying, what you are doing. Here the Buddha said, Bahaya manu sandeham, deva kayam pripurisanti. Heavens will be full of those good upasaka and upasaka, for example, just like this one. If you have already lost your interest, your belief, your faith, you won't be sitting down here. Fortunately, you could afford the time, you couldn't find the time, therefore you came here. And then this means you are proven that, I'm a Buddhist. I find the time, to pay respect, to listen to the Dhamma talk. After all, I'm a Buddhist. This means I'm living my life according to the Buddha's teaching in connection with Mr. Nabalakkhan's life at the same time. That is why the Buddha said, Deva Kayan Pripurisanti. Deva Kayan means heavenly kingdoms over there, heavenly worlds. Pripurisanti, full. They will be full of such good people. Then Mr. Nabalakkhan is number 1. So he already proved it. Okay, so today you distinguish who is dead living or who is a living dead. 2 things. Definitely Mr. Lakhan, Mr. Nabalakkhan is a dead living. He is well remembered, well respected, and well loved and dearly missed. So all these cherishable, cherished memories, you have full of those memories. This means he is alive in our lives. That's one thing. So dead living, and forget about the other, living dead. Those who show who lost already their interest in anything. So these people are dead living, therefore, jivamata matayata. They are already living dead. While they are eating, sleeping, walking, talking, they don't realize they are already dead people because they are not doing what they are supposed to do. Right? So keep in mind that. So this and many other things, we learn lesson, and then we want to know what we are doing, now you know. And what we are doing, now you know. And then after all, you distinguish 2 things. Well, you decided, you should decide, I'm not going to be a living dead. I want to be someone like Mr. Nabalakkhan. Even when we are gone, we will still be alive. This means I want to be dead living by doing something that I'm supposed to do while I'm alive. Therefore, we should not waste our time. And we should not have millions of excuses. Oh, I don't have time, right? Everybody has a lot of excuses right there. Then the only time they cannot say, I don't have time, is when the death comes. Right? Then they don't have a chance. They don't have an opportunity to say, wait, I don't want to die. I'm busy. No, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. When the death comes, then we are going to, before that, that's the most important thing, look at his life and examples and contributions that he has done superb, wonderful job, not only for himself, not only for his family, not only for his friends, but also for the progress and development of a Buddhist community, wherever he is, wherever he lives. He passed away in Bangladesh, right? Yeah. And then we believe that all this kind of punya, karma, kusala, the power, will directly go to him first, because this event is especially dedicated to him and to his welfare. That's what we call sukhati, karma sukhati. So when a Buddhist person passed away, we always say in English, may he attain better destination, a good destination, we see. Good destination means sukhati, and Pali. Suit means good. Gati is your rebirth. Nobody wants to have a bad rebirth. Then the lesson is, well, we should do good things to at least to have good rebirth before we attain Nibbana or enlightenment. That's very important. So today you have learned and sit down respectfully. You have good karma of respect, good karma of Dhamma Savana, and good karma, punya or kusala of paying large respect, and finally sharing of the merit. At least always remember, nobody should be living dead. Everybody should be dead living. Even when we are gone, we will ever be living in the loved ones' hearts and minds. That's exactly what you have done today. The last thing as a Buddhist is to share the merit dedicated to him and with the rest of all other beings in the Buddhist teachings. That will be continued by Venerable Akatama and the rest of monks. So may all of you be well and happy.
Thank you, Bhante Paññādīpa, for the wonderful Dhamma talk.